Chancellor Gates, President Reevely, Provost Halloran, colleagues, students, and friends, thank you. I'm honored to accept the 2013 Thomas Jefferson Teaching Award. The first time I entered this building was in August of 1983. Before the advent of the Banner class registration system, students entered William & Mary Hall with handwritten schedules, while staff from the registrar's office doled out a finite number of golden tickets that were disguised as 3x5 cards. I was a freshman frantically trying to decide between calculus and a course in the religion department that was called death. These sounded like very similar courses to me. But my orientation aide insisted that death with Professor Hans Tiefel would change my life, and it did. Professor Tiefel taught me how to learn, and while I didn't know it at the time, he was my first serious role model as a teacher. He taught me to read between the lines of text, how to write clearly so that others wouldn't have to read between the lines, and most importantly, how to take other people's ideas seriously. Most of the teaching I do today, both inside and outside the classroom, is inspired by things that I learned here as a student. I've had great teachers and thus many people to thank for this award. Mark Fowler in the philosophy department taught me to question ideas that I believed were already settled. David Dessler shocked and inspired me when I was a student by asking me to co-author a paper with him. After having him as a teacher in 2 seminars, Joel Schwartz encouraged me to consider a career as a teacher rather than the Marine Corps. Clay Clemens showed me the value of patience as he spent countless hours with me as I struggled to finish a senior honors thesis. And Ron Rappaport showed me how to engage students outside the classroom, whether at public lectures, at his dining room table, or the Greenleaf. These were all great places to learn about teaching. Note that these are not mentors who happened to cross paths with me for a very brief time. These are tenured faculty who were drawn to William & Mary and spent their entire careers at this institution. Some things have not changed much at William & Mary over the past 30 years. The faculty still take undergraduate education very seriously. Most classes are still relatively small, though not as small as I remember. And professors still take a strong interest in the intellectual and personal development of their students. However, some things have changed. Faculty are now producing more and better research than they were 30 years ago, and this is a vital part of any great university, one that is too often lost in debates about higher education today that push us to turn out more students at a lower cost. The new proposed curriculum in arts and sciences promises that faculty will bring their best research into the classroom in order to further integrate teaching and research. This is certainly a step in the right direction. However, we are poised to go even further. We can and should include our students in the creation of new knowledge. In my own department, as in many others, students are engaged in cutting-edge research projects that involve them in every phase of knowledge creation: research design, field research, data collection, analysis, and the presentation of research at conferences, in briefings with policymakers, and through publication in peer-reviewed outlets. Students learn and hone transferable skills in the process. Of course, the benefit is reciprocal. These students have enhanced and contributed significantly to the research that I've done. In fact, many of my co-authors are now current and former William & Mary students. The good news is, if faculty in my department hired over the past 5 years are representative, and I assume they are, they're smarter, they're better trained, and they're much more productive than those of us with more gray hair. And they're committed to making their students active learners and research collaborators. If provided with the resources and incentives, this new generation of faculty can dramatically increase the range of research opportunities for William & Mary students. There's more good news. Like the faculty, William & Mary students are more than up to the task. It has become a cliche among those of us who were former students that are now on the faculty that we couldn't have gotten into William & Mary with the current standards. And it's true. The students that are currently enrolled at William & Mary are the best we've ever had. So how can we provide this distinctive type of liberal arts education with engaged research? Of course, this approach to education requires sustained student-faculty interaction. It will not take place in a 200-person classroom. It will not occur by hiring more temporary and adjunct instructors, and it will not be incorporated into distance learning classes. There are many universities today seeking to increase efficiency and gain a comparative advantage by moving in these directions. But our comparative advantage is a liberal arts education paired with mentored research opportunities. To provide these opportunities in this environment, we need to create and commit resources to this end. Our new financial plan for the sustenance of the college recognizes this principle, that our graduates will provide support to maintain and enhance the academic experience that transformed so many of us. And our academic plan must be committed to this same principle. If William & Mary's liberal arts approach can turn out presidents, Supreme Court justices, defense secretaries, and even Daily Show hosts, if William & Mary's growing research capacity can produce scientific breakthroughs in particle physics and help the U.S. government forecast terrorist attacks and attract record amounts of external funding to support this research, then faculty, administrators, and alums can work together to combine these two distinctive strengths. It's time for us to double down on liberal arts education and teaching through engaged research. We should find the resources to reinvest in our comparative advantage. I'd like to close by thanking my parents for encouraging me to attend William & Mary, and my wife, Jennifer, for supporting me through my exceptionally long journey from being a PhD student to college professor. I'm extremely grateful to have been selected to receive this award, and I'm thankful for the opportunity every day to work with William & Mary students. Thank you very much.